So here we have the Studio Series 86 Galvatron, and he is a recent addition to my collection. He's actually the newest figure I have got, next to this Gundam, which we will be having a video done soon. It's actually one of my longest videos ever, which this Gundam will be on. That'll be my introduction to Gunpla, so you know, pretty cool. So this is in itself. Well, this is the Kingdom Galvatron mold. It has been degraded a little bit over the years since I first did it. This weapon isn't kind of loose, but at the same time, it's not really, because it actually tabs in securely through a little lug right here. Not a lot of people know about. So it's not tabbing in all the way and it's loose on you, just push it in deeper. It doesn't like a hard click in there, like an audible click, but it won't move around side to side. Something else you might notice about this figure is I have modified the weapon to bounce it on his arm like that. Basically, I just broke the glue seal on this. That's basically it. But it still does combine and function the same way it used to. And I did it with both of them, so that's pointless for this. That's just something I did. There is some problems with this figure, of course. It's been used 5 times, this mold. So mine's, specifically, this hip is loose. But it doesn't bother me. His ankles also are incredibly tight, and they do untab a little bit to get the transformation. But it doesn't bother me much. But back to this figure, it's the Kingdom Galvatron mold, like I've said. He's not really a bad figure per se. He's actually really good. I do prefer him over the Concept Megatron, which is similar to this. The concept is basically this, but with better feet, different hands, and of course, he has butterflies on the concept. This figure doesn't, but also the butterflies on the concept is the main point of contention with that, as it frequently I'll just get him out to show you this. So, concept has butterflies, but they untab the backpack when they are used all the way, and his backpack untabs a lot, which obviously isn't cool. Yes, this guy does have some tabbing and issues, I won't deny that. More particularly his arms, they go down. They fix that on this specific issue of it, but the backpack untabs sometimes, which is kind of annoying, but not really, if I'm to be honest. I got over it quickly. So, also forgot to mention, he does have a chain, which does fit on most figures. A concept for this, and give him some drip. Yeah, it's nice. Something I will mention here is that is not an Earthrise Matrix. It looks like it. It's technically speaking based off it. In fact, I'm pretty sure the front half is, but I'll demonstrate right here actually. It is not an Earthrise Matrix. It is smaller than it, and it is significantly thicker. It is almost twice the density of an Earthrise Matrix, and it will not at all fit in Earthrise Matrix chamber. So, yeah. It won't fit in that. But the thing will take an Earthrise Matrix onto it. Granted, it is incredibly tight to get it on, but it will take an Earthrise Matrix. So, moving back over to Galvatron, he is an interesting figure. His hands are kind of weird. They look like they're trying to semi-tell you to go fuck off, but it is what it is. I do have one big problem with him. I don't like these Yes, they do tab it up like that, but not really. They come down a lot, and they're just, in general, incredibly annoying to work with. But he's still a highly posable figure, and I wish these would lock in. They don't bug me much, but noticing them move around is kind of annoying. He is quite posable, actually. Articulation-wise, yeah, he's the modern standard with wrist swivels, inward bend, and waist rotation, and some extra posable, and they go out, so you accommodate for a more waist bend. Yeah. He's completely modern by their articulation standards, so let's go to the transformation now, actually. And it's honestly pretty involved. Yes, he is a parts form, but it's Galvatron. What the fuck did you expect? So, start with transformation, we want to do is get the wrists, fold them in, and then fold the hands, and they're going to tab this one in here into right there. Going stuff like that. You're going to get the tregs, pull them down, and they're going to softly click into place. They have a little tab in right there, which is only really noticeable in this version of the mold. A little an audible clicking sound. And then you're just gonna pull the arms, go down and forget about them for now. Next thing you're gonna do, unfold this, fold the feet, rotate this around. Now these are gonna tab in this part into here. And I actually quite like how the hinges are designed here because they tab it in such weird spots. It's cool. You're gonna squeeze that, and then just pull this, that, untab, fold out, fold up, drop down, drop in, and then fold this back section up, pull this down, and of course it's going to be a little fighty on camera, but yeah, he kind of does just fall together at that point. And I forgot one thing, you gotta get these out, and I always forget about it when it comes to him, but that's a bit of a forgettable step. Also, you can just shove the tank turret in there like that, the matrix, pin it on like that, and we'll add these after. Next, you want to get these, and they do tab in on the side. They have little forks that'll go under the thighs, and those little hip skirts will tab into the arms, and they will also tab into the torso on the sides. These little things right there, and they don't tab in well. Also, there's a tab right there that'll go into there. So basically, you're just gonna, and then the arms don't have a designated spot, to be honest. Well, they do, but yeah. So what you want to do with this now is untab it, and he gets big. Like, he's long, and you can make him shorter by not putting that there, but it doesn't really fit well here, and also it flexes the plastic, and as we know, flexing plastic is not good. So we'll do this, and then we're gonna get these and use the bottom one to go into these. So And now you have a big ass fucking gun. And this thing is just huge. You can't really do much with it. It can, technically speaking, roll, but it rolls utterly horrible because it's like a tripod. But if you want to annihilate Starscream, it is amazing. And this is Blastfit compatible, by the way. I want to make the thing even bigger. But yeah, that's the robot, well, the vehicle mode. And little secret, you get this, pull it up, a Galvatron Stern issue in there if you want to do the little movie reference to the Favors movie. But as we can almost universally agree, this is a pretty nice vehicle mode. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It looks nice. It's pretty. There's kind of this cable on it, obviously. This is obviously some legs, and you can, technically speaking, have it like this. But then it's oddly front heavy and it sloops a lot. So I prefer to have that just extended. And the problem is the arms don't really, yeah, they have designated tabbing zones. They droop a lot and it sloops down. So yeah, I just prefer the space artillery thing mode. Anyways, this is him next to a real great Exia. Yeah, that isn't gonna stand. Him next to a concept Megatron. Oh, that's all I can really say, and goodbye.